good afternoon. I want to thank everybody for coming for our continuing series that we've been doing through the Health and Wellness Committee on pertinent information that we feel could be of value to you, and to all of us, really. So today I'm going to be talking specifically about the topic of work as therapy. Work as therapy. And I'm going to be going through a lot of different studies. I've been really amazed at some of the at the wealth of information that I've been able to find about work and its therapeutic benefits. Just so much that it was really amazing to me, and I hope you can I don't know, just get a grasp of what we're talking about here. Because my first question to everybody that's here would be, why are you here at Hopewell? What is it that you're hoping for? Why did you come to Hopewell? And think about that. A lot of you might not have really thought about that deeply. And I'm sure some of you would say, well, I'm here because I was forced to come here. But you're here. And Hopewell is different. Hopewell is not your normal average place. We are a therapeutic farm community. And we are a working farm community. Because studies have shown that work, and when you involve work in therapy, it tends to be so much more beneficial. That's why we're here. That is the model that we were following, and the model that we were following has been very successful. Unfortunately, though, it's only been successful for those who have given it a chance. It does take something from you. It does take participation. And I want to talk about that today. As I've been researching and looking at this topic, I did find an article about a man, a physically disabled man. Actually, he was quite disabled, but he talked about getting a job and being able to join the workforce. And I want to give you a couple of quotes from him, because one of the things that he says is that work helps us gain a sense of pride and self-satisfaction by reaffirming that we can support ourselves. With work, we earn money to cover bills, pay for activities in our leisure time. But listen to this, it's not just about the paycheck, okay? And that's very important. Work makes people happier. If you're a person with a disability and are thinking about work, there is something you should know. People with disabilities who work are healthier and happier than people with disabilities who are unemployed. There's so many benefits that I've found to working. And it's interesting that he's talking here about working not necessarily at a paid job, although he was able to secure a paid job, but he's talking here about working or volunteering. And these are the benefits that this one gentleman found just from working or volunteering, becoming active. The first thing is you get to meet people and expand your social networks, and that is huge. That is, for our sense of well-being, that plays such an important role. The next one is you get a sense of feeling productive and valued, knowing that you're making important contributions. Whatever your job, whatever you're doing, what you're doing is important. It helps shape a personal identity. And that's crucial too. It also builds a solid foundation to advance your goals in your future. So starting out in a job that you think might be menial or not an important job or not quite up to what you're capable of doing, but it's a start. And it's important because you will immediately start accruing these benefits from this job, and you'll find out that your outlook just dramatically changes. You also develop new skills. And not only are the skills that you're developing work-related, but many of them are non-work-related too. Some individuals, after securing a job, find out that they have to make travel plans and maybe purchase a car and develop a budget and look for an apartment and doing all these things, skill sets that maybe they didn't have, but they're finding now that I've got a job that they're able to do other things too in relation to that. It's becoming more common, the writer goes on to say, to see people with disabilities in a wide range of jobs throughout the community. Significant barriers to employment still exist, but progress is being made. Individuals with even the most severe disabilities have shown that they can be successful at work, changing their lives. And not only that, this is even a really cool thing about it, change the way people with disabilities are viewed in society. So that is a crucial part that I think was really neat, that I didn't think about as I was researching this. Second article that I was able to find on the internet was an article written about a gentleman kind of like in the same situation as this previous gentleman, but who was suffering from mental illness. And he writes about benefits of work and how it benefited him, but he had a neat twist to that. This was completely different from the first writer. He's talking about this social safety net of government agencies and different organizations that exist to help people with whatever kind of disability or whatever kind of problems that they're facing. But this particular gentleman found out that these social service agencies did not help him. He describes himself as falling through the net. And he had an interesting twist on that, because he says this net may not be cast broadly enough, as too many people who need help are denied services. And that's true, and that's unfortunate. He was one of these people. He was denied services. He fell through the net. But he said, that said, the most important thing that led to my recovery from serious mental illness was being denied Social Security disability income. He was denied. He did not qualify for whatever reason, and he doesn't go into those details. But he's saying that rather than being a curse to him, turned out to be a blessing. It was something that actually benefited him in the long run. And the reason was he had to go out and get a job. He did not have a paycheck coming in from an agency. He had to go out and get a job. And within this article by this gentleman, he cites a person who has schizophrenia, who is a law professor and a researcher, and she talks about how she was able to succeed in spite of these setbacks that she was facing. And she credits the fact that she was able to get a job and to continue working. And this is one of the things that she says, one of the most frequently mentioned techniques that helped our research participants manage their symptoms was work. Work has been an important part of who I am. When you become useful to an organization and feel respected in that organization, there's a certain value in belonging there. And that's what work does. It makes you feel like you are part of a whole, that you are valuable. The original writer of this article says, in the middle of a promising business career, I was stricken with bipolar disorder, with mixed episodes of psychosis. The work I had been doing became impossible to continue, but SSDI wouldn't support me. So I did what I could, and I went to work at Starbucks. Now he says the pay was poor, so this isn't about pay. It's not getting that high-paying job. That's not the key to success here. He says the pay was poor, but the social aspects of work were strong, and they offered health insurance for working 26 hours per week. Instead of floundering for years, or maybe even forever on disability, this became a beginning. I was able to reestablish my self-esteem and my work skills and rebuild from there. No, I have not risen to the ranks I enjoyed before mental illness struck so hard, but I have learned all over again how to take care of myself. I have become productive again and consider myself, and this is huge, because this is the writer's own words, I consider myself successful again. Yes, I've been blessed with good luck as I have seized opportunities that have become available to me. But work, and hard work, has gotten me where I am today. Work is as important to my recovery and the continued maintenance of my health, he said, as any treatment that I have received. And that's what we're talking about today. Work So many studies that I researched, it's overwhelming that they all pretty much say the same thing. And that's rare on many topics today, because you always find that there's some little things that maybe don't agree with the premise of the original study. But it's almost universal what I've found as I was researching this. Listen, I'm going to just throw out some factoids from different studies and different researches that I found. Returning to work from unemployment results in significant health improvements and increases the self-esteem of individuals. The improvements in health that result from returning to work can reverse the negative health effects of unemployment. It's amazing. And here's the health benefits of work for people with long-term health problems or disabilities. Being in work is shown to be beneficial to those with ongoing health conditions. Work can help people recover from sickness and reduce the risks of long-term incapacity. The positive health effects of work mean that sick and disabled people should be supported to return to or remain in work if their health conditions permits it. And that's important too. If you're able to work, you need to continue it. You need to stay there. It's going to help in the long run. And one of the things that we found out here at Hopewell in the therapeutic farm community that we are is that you can't expect these benefits to come to you overnight. This isn't a magic wand that you wave. You come in week one, you go to work through day one, and all of a sudden your outlook on life is dramatically improved. It doesn't work quite like that. For some it does. For some the improvements are rapid and they're almost breathtaking to watch. But for others, for most people, the model is it takes at least 3 months, typically even up to 9 months before you begin to see these benefits just pouring into your life. So I'm encouraging you today to try the work cruise. Give it a chance. Force yourself to do it. And those of you that are working, we encourage you also that are participating in the work cruise to come alongside the new people, some of the new residents that have not been here, that maybe don't quite understand what we're doing here, and encourage them. You know, do what you can to get people to come out and try work cruise. The evidence, back to these studies, the evidence clearly demonstrates that being in work is generally beneficial to people's physical and mental health and well-being. Although this is dependent on the nature and the quality of the work being undertaken, although my first study says that no, it's not so much as the quality of the work. It's being active, being productive, being a productive member of a work team. There's a strong link between unemployment and deterioration in physical and mental health and well-being. What more can I say about that? Unemployment is shown to increase rates of sickness, disability, and mental health problems, and to decrease life expectancy. Yes, decrease life expectancy. It also results in an increased use of medication, medical services, and a higher hospital admission rate, all from being unemployed. Work is vital. Research shows that physical and mental health are adversely affected by lack of work. Adversely affected. You're more likely to suffer from obesity and depression, for example, if you're unemployed. And this may be linked to another good that work helps to provide, self-esteem. This whole concept of self-esteem. Who am I? Am I a person of value? Do I have value in this world? And that's what we want to talk about, because this whole idea of being a productive member of a work team, of a work crew here at Hopewell, or securing a job, it all just comes right back to you and lifts up that whole concept of, boy, I have worth. I am a person of worth. There is value in me as a person, and there's value in what I'm doing. One gentleman said, work can be very liberating. It's hard to think of it like that, but it's true. work can be liberating. It can be therapeutic, and it's proven to be therapeutic. That's the whole model that we follow here. It can dramatize our dull lives, but it all depends on the attitude towards work that we have. Do you see work as a blessed gift? I'm encouraging you today. Try it. Try a work crew. Get involved. Get active. There's so many benefits that come out of them. And one of the biggest ones, and I didn't really find anything else, but it helps take your focus off yourself. A lot of times it's easy for all of us to look at ourselves and to look at our problems and to think, wow, this is too big for me. I can't get out of this hole. It's too high. But when you start becoming active in the community, when you start becoming active in a work group, doing meaningful work, something that you can look back at and say, wow, I did that. I did something, and I feel good about it. You'll see that even I found that one study talked about CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, seems to be a very important part of the mental health field now, and people getting better and working through their problems. But they have found that even CBT becomes more effective when a person is not only doing that, but coupling that with work, with some meaningful work. So the evidence is overwhelming. It really is. And I encourage you to think about what I'm saying today. Take it, and take it back to you, and take it back with you to maybe to your cottages tonight. And as you're thinking about it, think, well, you know what? Maybe I haven't really given Hopewell a chance. Maybe I haven't given this whole concept of work as therapy a chance, and I need to. With that, if there's no questions, it's getting late. We're moving right up into lunchtime. Thank you all for coming, and I appreciate it. And if you have any questions afterwards, just come up and see me. Thank you.